Sego so guego, and just to let you know, we're filming today in like minus 25 degrees of weather. I don't know if that's Celsius or Fahrenheit, apologies. But, you know, speaking of winter, winter can throw all sorts of problems at you and your car, so it's important to be prepared. You should always have winter safety and emergency vehicle equipment in your car, not just an extra pair of running shoes. Don't judge, that's what I've got in my vehicle. Most people do keep some extra necessities in their car in case of emergency, but it's important to go the extra mile, especially during these colder months when the risk of possibly getting stranded increases. So to get more details on what to pack, we're here with Nolan Jacobs, the Emergency Preparedness Manager at the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe. I'm going to shuffle over to you to get some more tips on what items a basic car kit should contain. And I'm guessing it's definitely more than just the lighter I have in my vehicle. So, Nolan, how you doing?
Sego.
Now we're coming out today in this deep freeze. By the way, as I mentioned, we're filming below freezing temperatures, which sort of helps this topic of discussion hit home a little more. Because, you know, I can't imagine being stranded in my vehicle in this sort of weather or having car problems on the side of the road. So what type of emergency items should folks store in their vehicles?
Well, I have a checklist here, and this comes from the National Safety Council, and I can go through it with you, but I think it'd be interesting to see what you have in your car here first.
Wow, he's throwing me under the bus right out of the gate. Okay, I'll take one for the team here. This is what I've got.
Okay, so...
Do you want me to kind of go through it? Or?
No, it's fine.
Alrighty.
I'm sure they can see. So I'll read the list off, and we'll see if she has any of these there.
Okay.
We have blankets, mittens, socks, and hats. Style versus function. You know, we want to make sure that we have warm clothing, not necessarily what looks best. As you can see, well, you can't really see, but I have about 4 layers on from head to toe because I knew I was doing this and I wanted to stay warm. How many layers do you have on?
I have on 1, and I believe these are my son's gloves because I didn't pack any, so I'm wearing like this work insulate gloves so I don't freeze.
That's true. So you probably want this to be done quickly. We also have a ice scraper and snow brush. Interesting.
I don't know where it went.
And if your car was covered in snow or ice, you would use maybe those boots. Just kind of chop away at it. Sorry.
Wow. Okay, keep going.
So we have a flashlight, extra batteries. You can also get a hand crank flashlight, so it doesn't need batteries. You got to sit there and crank it up, but they're reliable. Jumper cables.
Mm-hmm. They may be underneath the.
Maybe. Okay.
Probably. I'm gonna go.
All right, we'll give you a point for that.
1 point.
1 point. First aid kit. So that would, you know, include Band-Aids, adhesive tape, antiseptic wipes, gauze pads, antiseptic cream, medical wrap. They sell them pretty cheap. So you can find them at Walmart, Home Depot, Amazon. I like redcross.org. They have really good kits on there. So no first aid kit?
No, I have a puck and a water bottle. And
Puck and a...
extra antifreeze.
Interesting.
Right, okay. Let's keep... Really? You're going to zoom in on that? Okay.
Yep. Well, it says bottled water. Is there water in that bottle?
No.
Okay. So you could maybe use your lighter to melt the snow and...
Wow. Okay. We keep going.
Okay, a multi-tool. Like a Swiss Army knife.
I have snow
You know what?
grips.
I actually don't have one either. I got a couple things in my truck, but...
I have snow grips.
Snow grips?
For shoes. You know, right there.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
something.
I mean,
Yeah. That
improvise. Improvise.
So road flares are reflective warning triangles. In case you're stuck on the side of the road, you want other cars to see that you're there, because that can be a danger. Windshield cleaner. You got that.
I do.
There's
2
not much
points.
left of it, but it's in there.
2 points.
Yeah.
My producer gave me 2 points. It's because I just filled it up before I got on the road.
Sure. So in addition to all these items too, you want to have a full tank of gas and fresh antifreeze.
Okay.
Is your gas tank full?
I think so.
That's good.
300 miles. So.
They said you run out of gas on the side of the road often, so I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, you threw me under the bus. I do. This is true. I do run out of gas on the side of the road at least a few times a year.
Anyone want
being
Tim's?
super vulnerable right now, people. So
Well, you know, in the
help a girl out.
I keep mine pretty low sometimes too, you know, tough times. So, but in the winter months, you definitely want to make sure you're full because, you know, in a bad scenario, this could become your only shelter. So
Yeah.
you want to definitely make sure you have enough gas to keep it running if you need to.
Okay.
So for us in the North Country too, there are some additional items that you could consider: a bag of sand to help with traction, collapsible or folding snow shovel, blanket, tire chains, and a tow strap. So tire chains are just like those shoe chains, but they go around your tires.
Okay.
Hand warmers,
Noted.
hand warmers, winter boots for longer trips, and a sleeping bag for longer trips.
Okay. That's a pretty extensive list. Now, can most people simply build it themselves and cross items off their list as they put them in their car, or are there kits ready-made, perhaps, for individuals who may not know?
Yeah, both. You can build this yourself, just getting the items that are on this list. There are a lot of other checklists too that are more extensive or less. But you can also buy them, like I said earlier, Walmart. I go to redcross.org.
Okay, so we do want to talk a little bit about a specific time frame that people should prepare for in case they do get stranded.
Well, my personal opinion is 72 hours. Any emergency preparedness kit should be ready to sustain you for 72 hours.
Okay.
That's my opinion. There are other, if you even do a simple Google search, some will say up to a week, you know, but I think 72 hours is reasonable. And, you know, a lot of it depends on the context of the situation too. Like if you went off the road at the corner of Frogtown Road and 37, you probably don't need it, right? But I always want to say be prepared for 72 hours.
Okay, so especially if you're going somewhere where it's a little bit of a longer haul, and that 72 hours is like food necessities, things that you should pack that you mentioned already.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, great. So is there anything else you feel is important to add?
I would say that just remember that this car is your shelter. A lot of situations people might have a tendency to try and walk for help or go find help. You know, if it's close, then that might be a good option, but that might also be a bad option if it's a really bad storm and there's nothing nearby. You're leaving your best shelter possible to go for help. So
Yeah.
Sometimes you just might want to stay put.
Right. Good advice. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. It's getting pretty cold out here. I can see literally icicles forming on her hat and eyelashes.
I think
That's
my
how cold it
eyelashes
is.
have icicles on them right now. Yeah.
Okay, so based on the list that you just recommended, would you say that I was prepared? Maybe.
I'm going to have to say no. You wouldn't do so well. You wouldn't do so well right now.
Thanks for coming out today and helping during this deep freeze. We really appreciate you being here in Yawagoa.
Thank you, and thank you to your staff for giving me so many interesting tidbits on you.
I'm sorry. That's really unfair, but it is what it is. I'm Regan Jacobs reporting for Akwesasne TV.